Hey there guys, it's Attack on Samurott, and here is a an analysis video for week 6 who are with our in the OBA League against the Ravenous Tyrantrums. So the Ravenous Tyrantrums have a really good draft. They've got Mega Venusaur, Tornadus T, Scizor, Azumarill, Rhydon, Politoed, Hariyama, Azelf, Ludicolo, and Chandelure. So everything on this team is pretty much a threat. He has pretty much like the most, like, it's a pretty balanced team. He's got flying resistances. He's got ground immunity in some of his mons. He's got access to Drizzle. He's got guts. He's got a lot of power on his team. So hopefully this week we can beat him with the team I'm using. So this week I'm going to be using a different Galley this time. This one is going to have Knockoff, Psycho Cut, Ice Punch, and Shadow Sneak, and it's going to be Adamant this time. Now, why I went Adamant? I felt like I didn't really need that much speed since his team is actually kind of slow. The only fast mon he has on his team is that the fastest mons he has on his team are Tornadus and Azelf. So I think that's pretty much it, just those two. And I guess he could run a Twist Scarf Chandelure, but I think I should be fine. So I wanted to run Adamant just to get more power out of it, and also so that way I can hit his Mega Venusaur really hard with a Psycho Cut. So yeah. And Knockoff is to get rid of Rhydon's Eviolite. So Rhydon, just like with Kingdra's Polygon 2, can also run Eviolite. So I want to make sure that I get rid of that as soon as possible, because Rhydon with an Eviolite is the scariest thing to see, because it's just so bulky and it can take so many hits. Yeah. And then Shadow Sneak for priority, and Ice Punch for Tornadus, I guess. Yeah, for Tornadus. So next is going to be Infernape. So I'm gonna run the mixed one. I'm gonna run the mixed one, like I did last week, or I think the week before. Well, actually last week, since I didn't really get to use it. If you guys haven't seen that battle yet, but yeah, Infernape didn't do anything in that one. But this week, hopefully, it can do something. Gonna run Willow, U-turn, Overheat, and Close Combat. Willow, so that way I can burn his major physical threats, mostly being that Scizor and that Azumarill, especially that Azumarill. Azumarill is probably like the scariest. Is one of the scariest things on his team. Scizor's second is pretty scary, but Azumarill is like the scariest thing ever. But I want to run Willow so I can lower its attack, and also to lower Scizor's attack as well. U-turn is to get out of sticky situations. Like if I don't want to be in a situation with, I don't know, Rhydon, I can just U-turn out. And Overheat, because it can do a lot to his team, can do a lot to the Scizor, can do a lot to Tornadus if he's not AV, can do a lot to Mega Venusaur too. It can do a lot to Azelf, and a decent amount to Ludicolo. And Close Combat is stab and can do a lot to Politoed. Yeah, so I think this is alright. I'm debating on using Focus Sash, but I think for now I'll stick with it. Next is going to be Zapdos. So I'm gonna run Zapdos this week because Zapdos can kind of pressure his team decently. Gonna run Heat Wave to pressure his Scizor, and also to potentially get burns on stuff. Volt Switch, so that way I can hit his so that way I can get some type of damage, and also get a free switch out. Roost, so that way I can recover health, and defog. Unfortunately, I actually checked earlier, and I don't have defog on my Zapdos anymore, so I don't know what I'll give it this time. Maybe Toxic. I probably will do that though, or I could run Tailwind. But I don't have Toxic on this. I don't have defog on this thing anymore, so I think I'll just run Protect. I think that's what I'm gonna run. I really wish I didn't get rid of defog though, because the Zapdos that I'm using, that one had defog, but because of the matches and stuff, and I had to get rid of moves, defog's gone, so I can't get it back anymore, unfortunately. But I think for now, Protect is fine. So yeah, Zapdos is gonna run the Rocky Helmet too, so that way, if Azumarill hits me, it's gonna take some recoil damage. Depending on if it's a Life Orb too, then it's gonna take even more from that as well. And also Scizor the same, and his Hariyama and Azelf too. So next is going to be Blissey. So I'm bringing Blissey back this week, because really he only has like two things that can really like destroy Blissey, but overall the rest don't really bother me too much. Actually, I take that back. Azumarill still bothers me, but I think Blissey is fine. So I'm gonna run Thunder Wave because I want to slow down his team, especially his Azelf and Tornadus T. Those two, like I said before, are the fastest thing on his team. So I want to make sure I can get them paralyzed as soon as possible. Thunderbolt, again, same thing with Zapdos. Can hit the Tornadus and the Azumarill, and also Politoed as well. So I'm running Stealth Rock this time. I mean Stealth Rock on Blissey, cause his team is pretty is majority special attackers. So Blissey has fun with that. Blissey has a lot of fun with that. So I can pretty much just send Blissey in and can Stealth Rock on something. So, and also it can break Chandelore's Sash if it's running a Sash one. Maybe if he's running Sash on it, can break any Sash, and can also get residual damage on this Tornadus too. On this Tornadus Therian. So yeah, and Softwell is recovery. So yeah. And next is going to be Gyarados again, because Gyarados is great at everything. Not everything, but it's just great. I'm gonna run Waterfall, Earthquake, Taunt, and D-Dance. Waterfall Stab can do a lot to his Rhydon and Chandelure, and a decent amount to everything else, except for his Venusaur and Azumarill, and Politoed, and Ludicolo as well. Earthquake, again, can hit the Rhydon and the Chandelure. So I'm running Taunt this time because I want to make sure that I can stop his Azumarill or anything on his team from setting up on me. Like, Belly Drum Azumarill is probably the scariest thing ever, so I want to make sure that I can avoid that as much as possible. So I want to run Taunt on this, just to make sure it doesn't set up on me. And also, just in case he's running an SD, Scizor as well, or a Nasty Plot Azelf. So yeah, and then D-Dance, so that way I can outspeed some things on his team and get a lot of damage on something on stuff as well. I'm also running Whack-On Berry this week because he doesn't everything on his team doesn't hit me for super effective damage except for Azelf, just in case he's running Thunderbolt on it, because Azelf can learn Thunderbolt, and I want to make sure that Gyarados can take a hit from it, and I could D-Dance up on it. And finally, the last mon is going to be Amoongus. So I'm bringing Amoongus back because Amoongus is just so great at everything and is really bulky. So yeah. Oh wait, I just messed it up. Wait a minute. Oh, you didn't have that. You had this, I think. That's what you were. Yep, you were that. Yeah, I feel like this is the best set for me. Let me check actually. Yeah, I did make you max defense. So pretty much the same Amoongus from last week. That really helped me out. But yeah, Sludge Bomb does neutral to everything on his team besides, I don't think anyone can resist that. I guess Venusaur, but still. Giga Drain, just to hit a Azumarill and also Politoed as well. Oh, I forgot Sludge Bomb can also hit the Azumarill and the Ludicolo as well too. So, and Toxic to whittle down his Rhydon, and also the Thundurus as well. I mean the Tornadus as well. Spore to put things to sleep that I really don't want to do a lot to me. So probably the best mon I would want to put to sleep is maybe his Azelf. Maybe either Azelf or Azumarill, but probably Azelf, because Azelf is pretty strong and can just do so much So I want to make sure I can get that thing put to sleep as soon as possible. So yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, I think, okay. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my other DS, my DS right now, because I want to make sure that they had the right sets, because I did put in their movesets already. So gotta change Zapdos, and yeah, alright. So who do I think he's gonna bring this week? I definitely see him bringing Tornadus. I definitely see it. Because Tornadus can just do a lot to my team. He's probably gonna bring the Mega Venusaur. Most likely, because Mega Venusaur is just so bulky and can just do so much. So Tornadus, Venusaur. He'll bring either Azelf or Rhydon to set up Stealth Rocks, because they both can set up Stealth Rocks. He may actually bring both of them and probably have one of them Stealth Rocks. Because again, Stealth Rocks could definitely screw me over in this match. If he sets them up on my side. So, but again, unfortunately, I don't have defog on my Zapdos, so I just kind of have to hope that I can get rid of his stop pressure his Azumarill, his Azelf and Rhydon from setting up Stealth Rocks. So yeah, he's either bringing Azelf or Rhydon. Probably gonna bring Chandelure because he may fear my Gallade. And probably my Amoongus too. So, or and my Amoongus too. Or maybe he may think I'll bring Jirachi, and we'll definitely bring that. So I can see him bringing Chandelure. He may bring Politoed. He might. He could do that. He could bring a rain team with him. So he could bring Tornadus, Venusaur, Azelf or Rhydon, Chandelure, Politoed, and Ludicolo. I see that. I can see that being more likely. But again, if he brings Azumarill, I can deal with that thing and stop it from setting up. Hariyama doesn't really bother me too much, so Gallade can probably take that thing out in one hit, most likely, or in two, so I don't really have to worry about me. So Hariyama is the least of my worries. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you when the battle happens. Bye. Oh yeah, this is very late, but yeah, so again, see you when the battle happens.